The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised. What is going on, you guys? I am back with another episode of Kwame Speaks. I'm your boy Kwame, and I'm here to talk to you guys about my HappyPlanner. So a lot of you guys talk to me about, a lot of my clients, a lot of people talk to me about how do you keep everything organized. And last week we ran a rerun of my original planner setup. And so if you're catching this on the replay, definitely go ahead and hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And if you are tuning in live, go ahead and leave a comment in the comments right there, and or hit the like, share, and subscribe button as well. So I'm not going to keep you guys too long because I want to go into what is going on in here. So, and we have a lot to get into because I have completely revamped my whole planner. So I want to kind of talk about where I got some of my stuff from, what, why I've revamped it, and what is kind of going on with it. So thank you guys for joining, and I appreciate you. Let's get on into it. All right. So the first thing, let's go ahead and get this all together here. Before I get into everything, I do want to thank our sponsors. One of it is Pyro Media Productions. They make everything look as awesome as you see now. All of the graphics and everything is from Pyro Media Productions. So shout out to them. You can go to pyromediaproductions.com, and you'll get all of that information there. We also want to thank our brothers and sisters over there at Bullet in Flight Radio. Your story, our station. They are the #1 progressive Christian radio station in the world. And if you are listening on Bullet in Flight, thank you for listening. We appreciate you. We also want to go ahead and thank our other sponsor, The Coldest Water. If you're listening on Bullet in Flight Radio, you can go over to pyromedianetwork.com and get the QR codes there. We do want to share the wealth, okay? But if you do want to take advantage of this offer, they are offering 10% off on all of their products on their website. And if you are watching from the hey Queen, how are you? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you, Ramona. I appreciate you. Thanks for joining. But if you are listening from your mobile device and you're not able to utilize the QR code there, you can go ahead and use the link that I'm going to place in the comment section there as well. And again, if you're listening on Bullet in Flight, please go ahead and go over to pyromedianetwork.com. Also want to thank our other sponsor, last but not least, Audible, an Amazon company, and they are offering a 30-day free subscription, trial subscription to all of their Audible catalog. So that catalog includes 1 credit, and you get, or if you're already a Prime member, you get 2 credits. But they also include the Audible Plus catalog of podcasts, audiobooks, guided wellness, and Audible originals, and you can listen to it all you want with no credits needed for those. And they'll send you a friendly reminder to let you know that, hey, it's about to cancel. So if you are, again, unable to utilize the QR code because you're using your mobile phone or watching from your mobile device, you can go ahead and use the link that is coming in through here as well. So let us continue to get on with the show. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Today, like I said, is planner time, and it's March 2023. Now, I had a completely different planner and setup at the beginning of this year. That's changed because I am a firm believer in, if it doesn't work, fix it, right? And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So the planner has been working for me. And so you may be wondering, why a paper planner? I know some people use digital planners. I actually have, for my company, I utilize calendar, a digital calendar, and that is incorporated with my planner as well. And so all of that is super helpful in the background. I do use it in conjunction. So however you use it, some people have digital planners that are really dope, pretty digital planners that are out there that you can utilize, that will help you with everything, if you want to keep things maintained. So whatever you use, this everything that I'm doing right now is going to apply to anything that you have when it comes to your planner. So if you have a digital planner, a physical planner, what have you, these tools will apply to it. Now, I have a little system that I give to my clients, and it's called Flow. A lot of times you may see on my social media, I always they say, keep glowing and flowing, keep flowing or keep glowing or what have you, or something along those lines. And so I've created an acronym, for my clients, for my KC3 clients when it comes to this stuff, and it's called Flow. And each of them means something. So F stands for fluidity. um, and fluidity comes from the fact, or I say fluidity because everything that you do within your planner needs to be fluid. It has to make sense, which leads me into my next letter, which is lucid. It has to make sense. If you're doing things because somebody else is doing it, if you're doing it because it just seems cool, if you're doing it or if you're applying these tools because it's just something that you think should be in there, not because it actually makes sense for you in your life, then it's not lucid, right? It doesn't make sense. It's not something you can do. And also observation. You need to be able to come back to your planner at all times. You need to have a system in there in place to where you can come back to it and observe what you're doing and actually have actionable steps to see, and measurable steps to be able to look at what you're doing with your planner to say, hey, this is actually working for me, or this portion of the planner is not working for me, or what have you. Whatever you need, you should be able to do that. So I want to not bore you too much with the slides, so I'm going to go ahead and put these away, and I'm going to take you into my planner view. And let me know if you guys can hear me. If there's any issues with my audio, please let me know. I want to make sure that I go and take care of that for you. So again, if you are just tuning in, we're talking about my planner and what we can do and how you guys can incorporate this into your journey as well. So let's go ahead and add this in here. Let's go and make this a little bigger. Boom. Okay, so this is my planner over here, and this is what I use. Who is chatting? Put the chat up. Hello, Keith Reynolds. Thank you so much, Bishop Kwame. That is a great honor. I don't think I'm deserving of that, but I appreciate you nonetheless. Thanks, Keith. I appreciate you. So this planner, this is my hub. This is what I use, to kind of navigate my entire life. What I use to kind of keep everything going, and how I have everything flowing day to day. So I got this little pouch here. I use this to kind of keep this together. I keep my pens and my little highlighters and stuff like that. I do use the mild liner pens or highlighters, and it's pretty cool. I have them a bunch of different colors. They're pretty inexpensive. And then I use, for those who want to know, I use the Ink Joy. Hold on, can you guys see it? There we go. I use the Inkjoy Gel 0.7. I notice that these don't smudge as much, and I just like the way they write. I mean, they do smudge if you write on it and then you wipe it. Obviously, it's going to smudge immediately. It's a gel pen, but if you give it time, it doesn't smudge as much after that. So there's that. I have this cover. This cover I also got from Tool. I have a couple of different covers of this. I have a black version, and I want to get the cream color version. And I think that was really cool. Nothing like a good pen. Yes, Ramona, I'm a huge stationery fiend. So I have a bunch of stationery. So, but that's here or there. I'll do that in another video. Again, this cover is from Tool. I got this from Amazon. You can get them on Amazon. It's pretty. I think this one was like $17. I can't remember. If you guys want, please hit me up and I'll make sure I send you the links to it. But they have them in different colors. And Tool is spelled T-U-L. And so this is a great buy. I love this cover. It's pretty sleek, and I just got the purple one because this is pretty dope. And then these I use a disc bound system, and so these expander rings are actually from HappyPlanner, which is the company that I particularly go through, and I use them in. I just I just particularly like a HappyPlanner. It's more um, easily what do you call it, customizable, and I'm able to kind of do what I need to do with it. I actually have a couple of different things and different ones as well. We'll get into that. As I open it, you'll see in the tool cover, it has some really cool little pockets, and I keep little things in there. I keep these transparent sticky notes here. I have these little posts here that you can they kind of look little tabs that you can put here. And I also have these little things it's just a really nice little, I like the tool covers because it's really nice to kind of keep things where it is. And then I have a little cover through here. And then I got this from what company did I get this from? I don't remember the name of this company, but it's a competing company to HappyPlanner, and it's I think it's Joann's. Um, Joanne, they have them at Joann's, but I got this and I love this. Is why I kind of like if it's a little stencil, and then there's some paper clips in here too, and I thought they were cute, so I just kept them. I really kept it really for this little thing here, this part here, because it's just easy to, if I want to remove the stencil, I can put stuff in this little pocket here, which I thought was cool. And this is one of the reasons why I love the HappyPlanner discount system, because you can pull and customize things in there as well. And these are folders that I got, little 2-pocket folders that I got from Amazon as well. And then this came from HappyPlanner to, divider. Anytime I see these dividers go on sale on HappyPlanner or even Amazon, I grab them because they go really fast. The planner community does that really well. They tend to grab these little dividers and things of that nature. So there's that. Then this is actually a cover from an old HappyPlanner that I had, and I just like the cover, and I use them to divide up my planner. So what I use is an actual, what they call Frankenplanning in the planner community, and Frankenplanning is kind of like Frankenstein planning, and so it's when you take multiple planners and combine it into one. And so that's what I did. I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planners in one, that I combined into it. And so I just take pieces and stuff, and I put them into it, and I change them out monthly, and then I go through them weekly, as I'll show you in a second. So this is my personal planner, the personal section of my planner. And again, I get these from HappyPlanner. You can get neutral stuff if you're just not a fan of all the pretty colors and stuff like that. I just thought these were cute, so I just grabbed them. But they all come into different planners. You can grab them, and you can, for example, let me see if I can give you an example of what I mean. So, for example, you can grab you can buy a planner and then take each of the portions out, say the month, and then add them into your planner for that month or for that week or whatever you're going to do. So that's what I do. And so I took this teacher layout. This is a teacher planner's layout. And I took it and I kind of revamped it a little bit because I wanted to and you're not going to see a lot of it on here or filled out on here because this is obviously a new week and I just recently changed it out. But I took it and I took stickers and covered the numbers. Let me actually show you what it looks like untouched. So this is what it looks like untouched. Usually it's a teacher's planner. The teachers usually put their subjects at the top, and then they have their stuff, going through. But what I used it for is I took stickers, and I have, like, for example, this is my personal planner. So reminders and notes, or any type of, if I have like a doctor's appointment or a dental appointment or what have you, or if I have to get some groceries or order something, or if there's a bill due, anything that's personal that I need to be reminded of, I usually put it at the top, and I just took stickers and put the dates there and just changed it out and made that side. And then over here is my health and mood. And so over here, when I wake up, I like to write down how I'm feeling, because if I go to a doctor or to my doctor and they ask me how I'm doing, and I have a track of what's going on and have an idea of what's been going on with me, and I like to kind of let them know what's been going on and whatever symptoms, if I'm feeling different or what have you. And I usually just kind of usually do that if I'm feeling sick, or if I'm feeling like, some type of way, or what kind of vitamins I took. Like right here, I have the health vitamins, meds, and physical training. So any type of what kind of workouts I did that day or what have you, I'll write it down. And I usually do this in the morning when I wake up and have my morning tea or coffee or whatever. And then I have my meal trackers. I kind of track what I'm eating throughout the day. I haven't done that today because I usually do that at the end of the day because I don't have time, because I'm in another section of my planner. And then at the bottom, I've decided to create water goals. So I just write down if I did my water goal, and I usually try to try to drink one of these a day to kind of make sure that and I'm almost actually did good today. I'm at 6 p.m. So I'm almost done with it. So we're good. But yeah, that's how that is. And then I have bottom tabs at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, so at the bottom is where I usually used to keep them at the top, but I've noticed that because, the way my desk is, I see everything from the bottom and I just pull them and transfer them over from there. Okay. So I usually like have bottoms. Again, you can do it how you want to do it, and that's totally fine and how you want to navigate that. So this is my personal section, and I just have a little tab here for personal. And then I have personal budget. Now, I'm not going to show you that because that's personal. But what I did is I pulled out a section that is blank that I'm going to probably use for next month. But so you can see what I got. This is from HappyPlanner, and this is their calendar extension for their budgets. And so you get a monthly section, and then you get oh no, this is the wrong part. Let me see if I don't think I filled out too much on here. Yeah, there we go. I can use this blank page because I haven't, hold on. There we go. I can fill this blank page. So this is all blank. So this is an expense tracker, and I just write down all of the stuff, even though, I have, I can just look at my apps, but I like to write them down so that way I can keep track of what's going on. And then I have categories here that lets me know what I'm spending and what I'm not spending, and what I'm spending too much on. And it just helps me keep track of what's going on, where my money is going. And it's just a good overview. And if I write it down, it puts it in my face. And so I typically can, just look at my app, and that's what I typically do in the morning and at night or at night rather, is I will look at what I'm spending throughout the day, and then I'll write it down. And then when I'm done, it lets me know, okay, am I putting too much into to shopping, or am I putting too much into skincare, or am I putting too much into subscriptions for whatever? I just like to write all of that down. And so let's see. Ramona says, I still write in a big checkbook. That is truly old school bill pay. It is. And I actually got this from my mom, like not this exactly, but I got this technique from my mother because I saw her when I was growing up writing down everything in the checkbooks. And it's not necessarily, checks and balances and stuff like that, but it just lets me know what I'm spending. So that way I can kind of have an idea on how to navigate moving forward. So, oh, good. Okay, good. I don't have anything on these pages yet because, again, I just restarted everything. Usually, this is pretty filled up, and I can't show you the front because I have personal information on there, and I usually write down in the front what my overall projected bills are or my overall projected checks are going to be for the month, and that way I have a total of what's going to be happening, so that way I can kind of see what I'm having for the entire month. And then sometimes I get blessings or cash apps, or if I get extra checks or whatever, I will be able to write that in. Or if a new client comes in, or I get a one-day call in, or whatever's outside of what my normal bills, or excuse me, my normal checks are, I will write that down, and it just helps me kind of keep track of everything, and then I can navigate it if I want to put it in savings, or if I want to put it in discount, or whatever. So it just lets me know what's going on. But what I love about all of this is that this gives me a kind of a like, I talk to myself with it, like, where did I have the most trouble last month, right? Or this particular, this is kind of when I go into my checks and balances at the end of the month. What can I improve this month? And then what are my goals for next month? And then over here, I kind of go through the entire thing, and this is kind of like a month at a glance. And this is really cool. This is how HappyPlanner does it. There's other types of things you can do, or other types of inserts you can put in here, and there's other types of variations that you can get. You don't have to get HappyPlanner, but this is why I use it, and this just gives me an overview. And I take this sheet, and then I put it into a file at the end of the month, and it lets me know I can look back and give that to my accountant and all that stuff. And then over here, I just keep this as a little folder to keep stickers and stuff, so I can have it for my personal section. So there's that. That is my personal section, and that's what I do to keep call it a day. The next thing is I have my faith section. So I'm not going to show you everything on here. I do have things covered, but it does help. So my faith section is what I use in the morning. I will go and I'll use my Bible YouVersion Bible app. And so in that YouVersion Bible app, I will go in and get and I actually got this from the Organized Money. Her name is Elena. She's a planner enthusiast and also planner influencer in the planner community. And so she taught me about this and introduced me to this app. And I love this app because I can go in and get different versions of the Bible. And I can get, I usually typically like the Message Bible. Now I have the physical copies, but I don't always carry them around. And so having that in my pocket is just really helpful to have. And so I'm able to do it. But anyway, I have, I usually decorate this, but I didn't do it this past week. I'm going to do it this weekend. But I decorate this with like, affirmations or different types of face stickers and different things like that, or whatever's, I'm praying for. It's kind of like my vision board for the month. So that's what I use this section for. The other section here, now I have things covered because I do break this down. Now, let me show you. This is a dashboard layout from the HappyPlanner. And so this is what it looks like, typically without me making any edits on it. It has the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the days of the week and all that stuff, whatever. And then it also has like errands, or if you want to have a checklist to get things done, calls and emails noted, focus on. This is a great layout. I actually enjoyed this layout when I was using it originally, but I've moved on to a different for my catch-all planner, and I'll explain in a second. But going back for my faith planner, what I have used this for and transformed these sections into is I have a prayer list. So I write down a list of different people that I want to pray for so I don't forget. So as in the morning, I go ahead and pray for those particular people. Or if somebody during the week says, hey, I'm going through something, or if I see somebody on social media that I know that's going through something, I will write their names down or some notes to kind of let me know what I'm praying for them for. And then over here is reflections. And reflections are really more things that I like to do. That I say I'm reflecting back on myself because I want to make sure that I'm always holding myself accountable to the standards that I try to hold everybody else to. And so if I feel like I'm seeing something that's negative about myself or that's something I don't like, I like to ask God to kind of remove that, and I put that in this section here. And then over here is like Sunday sermon notes and then Bible study notes. I have actually my Sunday sermon notes from this past Sunday from my church in this little notebook because I was on the computer and I was working on running, services and stuff. So I didn't have the space to put my big planner here. So I'm going to actually transfer that into here. And then when Bible study happens tomorrow, I will go in and watch Bible study and write down notes and stuff like that. And then over here is just extra space for notes. And then over here, I will put in the morning, this is where I'm most active on in the morning, is I will go and write down an affirmation for that day, and I'll focus on it for that day. And then I'll write down the scripture of the day from the YouVersion Bible app. And then over here, I have not, once I finish all that, I go over to my faith journal section. Now, I have not written anything personal in here yet, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. But basically, it's just paper. It's just line paper, and I will write down the verse of the day that I got here. I wrote down the actual verse, the location, like Proverbs 18:24 in the Message Bible, but I will actually write it out over here. And I like doing that because then it keeps it in my head, and then I constantly write down what comes up in my spirit, and then throughout the day I'll write down notes and stuff like that. I have not done that today, so that's when I'm showing you guys this. So these are just verses from the Bible. But yeah, that's my faith section. I like to keep a faith section, and that's just kind of how I simplified it. Before, I had a multitude of different sections and I broke it down, but I wanted to keep it simple for success and kind of keep it as simple as possible. And that's why I have now only 2 sections over here. So, and then I have folders. I like to keep a folder behind each planner, so that way if I have things, if I grab anything, I can put them in here, and then I put in here. Now over here is my catch-all section. My catch-all section, or my hub, is where everything goes down. Okay, so this is where it's most critical. And then now, one of the things that I have changed about this is that my personal and faith section was all the way in the back. But what I was noticing is that I wasn't going to them, so often when they were in the back, because the first thing that would come up is my catch-all section, which is where I'm most active in. So I decided to move my personal and my faith section to the front to allow myself to give myself a chance to say, okay, I'm going to grab this in the morning when I'm having my coffee or my tea, and I'm going to go ahead and, go through the front and go through all of the things that I need to go through. So that way in the morning, I have my personal time, my self-care time, and I've gotten everything that I need to get done for that. Then I can go into work. So that's kind of my kind of, it's been working for this past week and also for the past month. So I hope that it continues to work, and we'll see. If not, we'll make a change there. All right. So the next thing is, like I said, my catch-all section. And I have broken down, like I said, I have bottom tabs to kind of let me know where everything is. This is my catch-all section, and I usually have a over here a monthly, a weekly, and a future section, and then I have a daily section as well. But I'll get, and I also, but I'll get to the daily section in a second because I actually put that in my work planner. But we'll get to there. So over here, I have my routines. I write down, what's working, and then I actually will write down and put stickers and stuff on this side. I haven't done it because I just redid it, and I'm redoing all of my routines in the morning. So I have a start of the day work routine. I have a morning routine. I have a evening routine, which I need to write down. I have a dailies, things that I have to do daily, because I don't feel like everybody should just think that they're going to remember everything off the top of their head. Somebody who was super famous, not super famous, excuse me, super wealthy, very well and successful entrepreneur told me that if it's not on the calendar or if it's not written down, it doesn't exist. And so when I took that to heed, because one of the things that I noticed is that when it's not written down, I don't do it. Right. So I always tell my staff, I always tell my clients, write it down, write your process down, so that way you can know how to navigate it. If you see you may need to readjust your process, you may need to redo it, or what have you. Whatever the need is, you can always go in here and navigate it accordingly. So there's that. So these are all my routines, and like I said, I just got you some new, so you don't see all of the stickers there. We'll come back in a month and you'll be able to see all of those things when it's all done. Over here is my annual section. I have at a glance, so I write down everything like birthdays and holidays and things that are going on in the quarter, excuse me. And so I like how this is broken down. I don't remember where I got that. I think I got this from some Etsy shop. I can't remember where I got it from. If you guys are interested in it, let me know, and then I will get you the download or the link to the download. I think it was like $2 or $2.99 or whatever, and I was able to download it and keep it forever. But I usually like to have an annual section because then it lets me know I can just look at it and then add it to that month, and it's just helpful, and I have something to watch over the year. My next thing is my monthly section. So like I said, when I once the month changes out, so this month was March, so I just put all of that in there. And so I put March in here, and I go into my monthly section. This is an overview of the month. I normally decorate this, and I did do a little decoration, but I didn't feel like I needed to do too much. I want to really focus on the functionality of my planner as opposed to the decorative. And I know that there's a lot of planners out there, and those who are on who are following me, who are planners themselves, or planner babes, or people who are in the planner community. Shout out to y'all, because I know a lot of y'all have beautiful spreads and beautiful decors, and so it's really fun to do. It's really relaxing. But this month, I really want to focus on. I wanted to focus on functionality as opposed to decor. So that's why you see very minimal stuff here. Okay, so moving on, I have my goal settings and stuff like that, and things that I have. I didn't write too many goals this month because it's actually inside of my weekly planners and stuff, so I didn't write that down. But I have top priorities. I usually use this to write down my top priorities. I'm having them covered because they're actually client information. So I did not want to, and client projects, and I don't want to break my NDAs. So there's that. So the next thing is over here. I don't use this too much, but this is a part of one of the planners that I got from HappyPlanner. This is their hourly planner, or one of their hourly planners and hourly layouts. But I don't really use this too much because everything that I have is in another section. And so this is just kind of, I was trying to use it in the beginning, but again, if it doesn't flow with me, it's not going to work. So I just decided not to use it. Now, this is what happened. This is my weekly section. At the beginning of, and typically every Sunday after church, I will go over everything of the things that I have to do for the week. And I will look at my calendar for my job for Pyro, and also my other calendars for KC3, Pyro Media Productions, and any other calendars, personal calendars, everything is all on my digital Google calendars. And so I will write down all of my things that I have to do, all of the work, appointments, projects, shows that I have. And this week I did more of a teal, kind of a teal theme, and so I just added stickers and stuff like that. But I write everything down, and I highlight different things with stickers. And I like tomorrow's trash day, so I need to make sure that after this I go and take all the trash out and put the cans out in the front. And then I have checklists throughout the day, or at the top of the day. And this is something that I've added very kind of new to this, is adding a checklist at the top, like checking my email, social media, self-care. Did I do that? Those things and stuff like that. And then having weekly goals and stuff like that. And I actually probably should cover that. So that's kind of important. So we're going to cover that because that's information over there. And then over here, I have a section for upcoming next week. And so things that will come out throughout the week. If I'm told like, hey, I need to get this done, or there's a project coming in, I'll write it down here. So that way, when I go and set up the week for next week, I can have an idea of what's going to be happening, and then I have a blank slate, and I can go ahead and write down and kind of redo everything. So this is what it looks like when it's blank. So that's that, and then that is the weekly section. So I typically go and I look at this every single day in the morning, get an assessment of what my day is going to be, what my day, and each of these boxes, like if it's X, then I didn't complete it. If it's checked, then I did. You can see sometimes I'll X it out and then check it off. And these are, appointments that have happened. If they're in red, then that's something that has either happened throughout the week before, or that has like for example, this is a communications team meeting. My communications team, we met. This was scheduled yesterday, so I just added that in. And then I always try to add different things on here, projects and stuff that I need. So there's that. The next section that I have over here is future. I just print out, and I got this actually from the Organized Bunny. She has downloads, but you can. I used to use printouts from Google Calendar. You can just print out the month, but basically, I like to have the entire year of that particular year out, so that way, if there's something like, hey, I'm going to be going to Zimbabwe in December, then I want to write that down, so that way I know when that month comes up, I'll have an idea of what's going on. Because oftentimes we'll say, oh, we're going to do this or whatever, and we don't write it down. And me having a future section allows me, and I just really redid this because I had these on other things, so I have to add in a lot of the stuff that is happening and projects that are happening throughout the year. But this gives me an idea to say, okay, well, when it's time for me to go and plan for the future, I can have a space to put all of that in there. So when that month comes up, I can add it to that when it's time. So that's my future section. And again, like I said, I have a folder behind each section here. So this is my catch-all, and this is when I say catch-all, I kind of catch everything that's going on. I got this insert from HappyPlanner, and I thought it was pretty cool. So this is kind of like a cleaning schedule and also self-care schedule. So it's like a mind, body, and soul thing. So I wanted to incorporate this in some way, shape, or form, and I just thought it was really, really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and incorporate that in some way, shape, or form. You can download this. I believe you can download this for free on HappyPlanner's website. So I like to keep those different things in here so I can add that in. Next is my business section. I'm going to get into my business section in a second, but we have to go and pay some bills. So stay tuned because we're going to be right back. I'm going to make this really, really quick because we got a lot to do to talk about. So I'll be right back. Stay tuned, guys. back by popular demand. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you are just tuning in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And check out some of our sponsors, Bullet and Flight Radio, the #1 progressive Christian radio station in the world. And go ahead and check out Pyro Media Productions. You can go to www.pyromediaproductions.com and they will take your brand to the next level and set it ablaze. All right, you guys, so let's get back into what's going on here with my planner. This is probably, I don't know if this is going to go on Bullet and Flight because you guys have to see it in order for you to understand what's going on. Just listening to it may not help, but if you are listening to it, thank you. I appreciate you. Check on in. So let's go ahead and get back into this right here. Let me go ahead and pull up my thing here. There we go. All right, in the planner view. Now going back to what was going on. This is my planner. We just went through my personal section, and the my personal planner, faith planner, and my catch-all planner. So next is my business planner or work planner. And again, these covers are from previous Happy Planners that I have and other planners, Happy Planners, and I just took the covers off and added them as dividers within this. So that's how I do it. Now this planner, I actually just recently changed this, and I got it from. Okay, I have a lot of planners, but I got it from this planner. This is the work planner. Or work life planner by Happy Planner, and I really enjoy this planner. How minimalistic it is. I don't know if I have some stuff on here, but I use this as my my kind of like my daily to-do list, and where I have all of my meetings and all that stuff. Where I can't show everything, but let me go to a blank section. There we go. Let's go to April. But basically, I have everything in here, and I really like the layout. I really enjoy it. It's just a really dope kind of planner. The only reason I don't use this as is because I don't like the layout of the book. You can open it, and then one of the things that I like about this is I can take it and then kind of turn it this way or pull stuff out. I can change out the distance if I want, and I'm sure you can pop out these discs, but they're actually in the actual book. And what I do like about it is that this planner doesn't have, or these rings have the O-ring, and they don't have the heart ring like the other planners do, which is typical of the Happy Planner. But anyway, I digress. I like this one, and I added this section into my Happy Planner. So I'm using now this as my work planner. And so when I open it up, I go ahead and take a review of what's going on. Most of what is on each of these individual monthly calendars for each of these planners is in my catch-all as an overall. So I don't always have to go to this, but it's always nice that I don't have to kind of flip all the way back to my catch-all. I can just look and see, oh, this is an important date. I need to look here as well. So this is kind of, I don't really use this too much because most of everything it's a to-do list, March goals, things. I may put certain things here like different projects that I need to put in there, but for the most part I don't. Over here, I've added this paper in here. This paper is actually from another company called Erin Condren, which is a direct competitor of Happy Planner. But I just love Erin Condren's paper. There's something about their paper and how their paper is. I just really enjoy the paper. So I will pull this paper out, punch the holes in it because I have a Happy Planner disc-bound hole puncher, and then I will put it in here and then add it in as a insert. And then I just use that as my notes for my meetings that I have. Now I really tried, you guys. I really tried to use an Erin Condren planner. And I really enjoyed the layout and stuff and how it is. Let me see if I can go to a section that I have not used. Yep, because this is on personal. There we go. All right, so let's go here. I haven't used this one yet. So I really enjoyed the layout. I like the paper. I like how compact it is. My main problem with this is honestly, I cannot. It's coil bound. I can't take anything out. I can't customize it. I can't do anything else but what is given to me. And for the price of it, at first, of course, I have a crap ton of Happy Planner stuff. So I'm sure equaling what I have that I've got, that I've purchased throughout, the time that I've started with Happy Planner is probably equal to one of these books. But this is really expensive. And I really don't think coming out the bat for something that's not customizable, it just wasn't for me. Now I know a lot of people that like use Erin Condren and that they abide by it, they swear by it, but it just wasn't for me. Even the little customizations that I can do to it at the beginning of purchasing, it wasn't enough for me to say, yay, let's do it. So just kind of I use this as a journal, and I use this as quick notes, and then I transfer everything into my Happy Planner. So um, there's that. So these are I have these covered because these are meeting notes with a client. Actually, no, these are meeting notes for a staff. Actually, so I didn't want to show that. My next section here, they have a note section here, but I have all of my to dos in here. So everything that I need to do for that day, and I have a little key to let me know, okay, blue means this means this symbol means that. But I write down everything, and I try to start at the beginning of the week. But of course, everything happens throughout the week. There's things that happen throughout the day. Things pop up, and you have to then go in to letting people know or writing down things for the month. So I typically don't try to write down everything for the entire week. I try to just get the first 3 days in, and then as the week progresses, I will either move things over or add things in as the day goes. So that's kind of how my work planner is on that, because it's just a running to-do list of things that I have to do, and it's just really helpful to kind of keep it like that. So there's that, and again, folder at the end. And then my next section here is my social media section. Now I have not filled this out crazy because I have, like I said, just started. But I just had my meeting with my comms team today, so I'm going to go actually fill this out this week to kind of get certain things done. But this is not only me filling out stuff for my personal social media, but this is all of my clients. This is all of Pyro Media's social medias. This is all of the clients that we have for Pyro Media. Even if I don't manage them, I like to put all of that stuff in here. So that's why you see it very blank. And I can't show you the other ones because that is personal to their accounts. So what I do have over here is I have an insert that I created on Canva over here, and I just created this right here, and I printed it out, and I have, well, I can only show you this. I show you, it's just a checklist to let me know that, hey, was this posted or was this sent out today, and it helps me kind of knock things out. And again, I knew that I was going to be filming this today, so I did not fill this out. But typically what I would do is over here, I would put down all of my social media stuff. So my TikTok, my Facebook, my YouTube / LinkedIn, my Instagram, and I will check off that I post today. I like to just make sure that I'm posting. I don't care what I'm posting, as long as I'm posting something and keeping active on social media and keeping the algorithm up, on there. So, and then I'll also post notes or things that are coming up on here for my personal social media, and also my business, like anything that has to do with Kwame Speaks. And then over here on this side, I will usually put things that have to do, and I'm covering this because it's something for a client, but I'm covering this, but I usually put all of the notes for us clients or anything like that have to do. Do I have anything over here? I do. So I have a couple of things, like these are just a running daily to-do list of things to do for my clients. Let me see if I can, yeah, okay. So it's just a couple of sheets of extra stuff that I can put on here for daily twos, and then extra note paper. And this is from the this is an extension pack from HappyPlanner, and it's just a monthly layout. So it just has like the month and then a couple of checklists for that. So that is my social media planner. And it says, Ramona says, so well organized. Good idea for a tracker for my social media. Yeah, and actually, once I started using this, Ramona, it's been really helpful for me to keep up with my social media. So I don't have to, first of all, overwhelm myself to see if I posted, and or I don't have to worry about forgetting because I will be able to see it right there. So and it also helps you plan stuff out, so you can actually say, oh, you can look on like what is going to be happening in the next couple of weeks, and then you can look at this and say, okay, well, I can go ahead. You know how like they have those like hot dog day, or I don't know, macaroni and cheese day, or stay black, Black Don't Crack Day, whatever it is, you could put all of that in there and then kind of plan out your social media for the week. So really, it goes back to one of the things that I talked about in one of my previous videos, which is my 5 Ps. Prior planning prevents potential problems. And when you plan prior, you prior plan, you'll actually be able to kind of accomplish things a lot more. So that's one of the reasons why I um, have the social media section. This is actually new this year. I haven't really used a social media calendar or a social media planner in my planner before. I just kind of had that with my comms team, and we have it. We used to have it in our Asana. Now we have a ClickUp, but we put it in there. But that's where everything went there. But that's here nor there. So that's my social media section. And then I have my last and but not least, a section is my creative journal, or in the words of the Organized Money, the commonplace. So this is why I have this section. At first, I didn't see a need for it, and right now you don't see it. You see it blank because I pulled everything out because I didn't want you guys to see that. So over here is where I put down ideas or for businesses, ideas for projects, personal projects that I have, anything that I'm learning for self-development, enriching. Like I'm right now, I always go once a week. I'm always training on social media algorithms, or I'm training on something for video production, because technology changes, right? There's always something new to learn. And so I will write all of that down, write new things that I'm learning down in this creative journal, because it helps me stay creative. It helps me stay on my toes. And I have to dedicate, that's part of my self-care, and my professional development. I always make sure that I'm learning something new for my business. And so my business and brand. And it doesn't just help my business and brand, it also helps the brands and businesses that I help and that I work with on a day-to-day basis. So self-development and professional development is super important to me. And so this creative journal section allows me to kind of write all of that down. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I may have a recipe that I made that I really enjoyed that I will write down here. And then it will be something about, I don't know, StreamYard, or the following week it may be something about graphic design, or the next week, or something else that I find it may be something about skincare, what I'm saying, whatever is going to help me develop. Or even it may give, I wrote down something a couple of weeks ago about a health tracker, or how to workout plan and workout routine that I saw that I thought would be beneficial for me specifically, and I wrote that down. And so those are things that you can that I use this section for. This is my creative journal section, and it just helps me write down and look back and say, and I usually kind of decorate this because I wanted to make it fun, make it enjoyable, and make me want to read it. And also reread it, because I think that you're never a master. You're always constantly growing and learning. So that's that section here. Then the last section is just filler paper. So just extra copies of trackers or things that I have going on is in this section. And again, this is kind of low because I have recently, like literally this past week, revamped this entire book. So, or this entire planner. So that is my Happy Planner. That is what keeps me happy. This is what I use to kind of keep everything in order, and how I navigate things on a daily basis. And what I do. Another thing is, like I said, I used to use this notebook, and I've also switched that out to this notebook because I can actually put things in sections, and I really like these different things here, these little tags, and I keep it simple. But I have a planner. This is a classic size, so it's much smaller. It's almost probably, I would say, half the size of a Happy Planner Big is what I have, which is a 8.5 by 11. I like the 8.5 by 11 because it's just easier for me to put all that information in. But this one is a little smaller. Most people like this one, and I tried it. It just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work for me. It's just not enough space. So then I just now use this as a space to kind of write things down and jot things down real quickly, to-do lists, and then I transfer everything over into this section over here. I always do a transfer on a daily basis, because oftentimes what I was doing before, especially with this one, is I would leave notes in here and then I would never transfer them in here, and then I have things all over the place. So I always reconcile this notebook at the end of the day, and then I get rid of the page or scratch it out, and then make sure that I let myself know what's going on. Another thing that I use in conjunction with this is this cash envelope. I made a cash envelope section, so I'm not going to go in there, but I put notes in here. I have each day of the week, and I use this in conjunction with my personal budget. And so I try to add, I try to have multiple savings accounts or multiple cash envelopes or multiple cash sections. And so if I put a little cash in this section, I put a little cash in this section. I make sure that I keep track of um, my savings account, and I put that in there as well, and I try to keep it, and once I see it, it makes me want to make it grow more, right? And so that's one of the reasons why I have it in there. And then this is just a notebook that I got from Erin Condren when I bought the thing, so I just add that to I'm actually going to probably use this as a journal, and use that. But again, I love stationery, and that's how it is. But this is my hub. This is what I keep in there, my life, and how I navigate my business, my brand, and also my personal development, my personal life, and all of that jazz. So I don't know if this is going to stay like this, but right now, this layout, this format has been working for me, and I'm going to continue to use it until it doesn't work anymore. And I just kind of, we'll see how it goes from there, and we'll see how. If things change, I'll just update it and see how it is. I've changed the format and the layout and the tabs that I have several times, and it's going to probably continue to happen because we all grow, we all flow differently, and we're constantly, changing different things. But one of the things that I always tell people is to make things simple. Keeping it simple for success. Go to the KISS school. Keeping it simple for success, or some people say keeping it simple. Keep it simple, stupid, or whatever. I just don't like stupid. It's just not a nice thing to say. So, whatever. So, Ramona says, you have given me some ideas. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. Not a problem. And if you guys are interested, and going back to the flow, if you guys are interested in more of the what do you call it, to learn more about what I do, because I do help people. I want you guys to make sure you subscribe to my personal channel or to my Kwame Speaks channel, YouTube channel, which is Kwame Speaks. So youtube.com/at Kwame Speaks. You can go over there and subscribe there, and follow me on all subscribe at Kwame Speaks. There you go, right there. Make sure you also subscribe to Pyro Media Network if you haven't done so already. And I'm so excited. Finally, I've been working so hard. I have a major announcement that I'm going to be announcing next week on all Kwame Speaks platforms and on Pyro Power Hour next Monday. So stay tuned for that. If you're not following Kyrie, my brother Kyrie, and I on Pyro Power Hour, please go ahead and make sure that you're following PyroMediaNetwork.com and check us out on Pyro Power Hour. And then you can follow me on all social media platforms at Kwame Speaks. So go ahead and make sure you go ahead and check that out. It's very much appreciated if you do. Now, if you have if you need to be if you need like help with your planner, or if you need to get some productivity tips, I do go in depth with my clients. I have several clients that I work with to help them with their planners and their organization and keeping them organized. I do help them with that. So feel free to reach out to me at Kwame Speaks at Outlook.com. It's Kwame Speaks at Outlook.com, or you can go to www.pyromediaenterprises.com and reach out to KC3 by filling out a client application form, and then we'll go ahead and make sure that we help you out there. All right, guys, it's been fun. It's been real. I'm going to go eat something because your brother is a little tired and hungry. Your brother worked a long day. Okay, but I want to thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in. If you're catching this on the replay, I thank you so much as well. I appreciate you. Y'all go ahead and check me out tomorrow with my brother Kyrie Sinaj on Pyro Power Hour right here on Pyro Media Network. And if you are listening on Kwame Speaks, any of the Kwame Speaks channels, thank you so much. Create a great day, create a great week, and I will see you guys on the next one. You guys stay blessed, and I'll see you. Thanks. Bye.